Hello, guys. I have 25 minutes. Thank you for your support yesterday. I greatly appreciate it with the live stream that I did. Regards to Inter Milan and Barcelona and the numbers and the code and the biblical connections and just to expose the Champions League for what it is, a coded ritual, to harvest your energy, to lead you away from God, and to distract you. So I'm going to show that today's game with PSG and Arsenal was no different. It was by a code. It was already predetermined who was going to win. And it connected to the Pope and Kobe, who obviously connect because we know Kobe lived in Italy, just like the Pope. The Pope was the head of the Catholic Church. Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash right after he attended Catholic Mass. We know their 666 connections, which I've revealed in books and streams. Esteban, God bless you. So I can't talk for too long here because I've got to coach 3 times today. I want to give a big shout out to my brother who supports me a lot, Al Hussein. God bless you. Thank you for everything you've done for me. So it's going to be Paris Saint-Germain, Inter Milan. And after the Pope died, a lot changed in my mind with the Champions League. I was like, okay, this is a major death. So do we have an Italian team in the final? He resided in Italy. French team. He was a member of the Society of Jesus, who were founded in Paris, France. And that's what we have, an Italian team, Inter, who connect to the serpent, just like Vatican City. And we have the team from Paris. As of now, I think Inter Milan are going to win the Champions League unless something pops up for me before the final, which I think is May the 31st. I think it's going to be Inter. But anyways, let me just show you something. And let me know how you're all doing in the chat. Please like and share, support, share your insights. I have about 20 minutes, maybe 25. So PSG beat Arsenal to reach the Champions League final. They beat them home and away. But it wasn't necessarily convincing. I didn't watch. I get all my information from Sky Sports through reading it. But I know that PSG missed a penalty. But from what I read early doors, Arsenal were dominating. They could have had 3 goals like in the first 10 minutes. But Donnarumma had another incredible game. And what is it with PSG? They knocked out Liverpool, they knocked out Aston Villa, and they've knocked out Arsenal. So the French teams are going through English teams in regards to Paris Saint-Germain. I find that interesting. And wasn't it France that knocked England out of the World Cup? I think it was France, wasn't it? Was that 2-1? I'm pretty sure. And Harry Kane missed a penalty, who's now playing for Bayern Munich, where the final's at. It all connects. But if you look at Hakimi here, he's doing the Baphomet. He's got the one finger pointing up and the one finger pointing down. I showed you this yesterday with the player who got the winning goal for Inter Milan. This is going on in all the games. Why are they all doing this? Because it's Baphomet. I've shown you this over and over and over again. It's just deception. So I want to shout out Glenn on my website. He's one of my favorite coders. He coded Saka to score. And then I left my connection with how Saka missed the penalty against Donnarumma in the Euro 2020 final, which connect to the Pope. And Saka came up and he scored. So thank you for that, Glenn. 76 minute. And Pope Francis became the Pope at age 76. I showed you all the 76s yesterday with why Inter Milan won. So that's 76. But then Hakimi, 72 minutes, which they changed from 71, 72, and Francis became the Pope the 72nd day of 2013 at the age of 76. Now, when I saw Ruiz open the scoring after 27 minutes, I was like, that's good. Because PSG coach can stay on 103 losses, the 27th prime, and Inter are in the Champions League final exactly 103 weeks after they lost to Manchester City in the 2023 Champions League final, which was the day that I was baptized. Can I get an amen? Now, there's a few things here that stood out to me, right? But mainly what I want to show you is the 127. So today, God bless you on the chat, Hafiz HD. Inter win it 15 years after they last won it. I like that with the war connections with 15. Just like Barca yesterday, the Arsenal players looked like they knew they were losing. I didn't watch it, Hafiz, but I'm learning to read body language. I did watch a bit of PSG. They are the best PSG side I've seen. Yeah, but if they lose that final, it's going to count for nothing again. Ellie, God bless you. They might be the nearly team because they've never won the Champions League, Paris Saint-Germain. But look at this, right? So it finished 3-1. So the first leg was 1-0. And the second leg was 2-1. 3-1 to PSG. Now, today is the 127th day of the year. Right? 127th day of the year. Please smash that like button. Please support me if you can. Red Bull thinks into as well. I'll go in detail to it. So today's the 127th day of the year. Now, PSG, all right, they're having a great season. We all know that. And PSG won today. They now have 127 points in all competitions. And they do so on the 127th day of the year. Can somebody give me a woo? Just like yesterday, Simone Inzaghi stayed on 126 career losses on the 126th day of the year. And remember, the 126 is the date Kobe died. Remember, Rome reigned for 1,260 years. In the Bible, the beast of Revelation reigns for 1,260 prophetic days. Genesis 1:26 is how God created man. So it runs deep. It runs deep. This was, I've showed you how PSG connect to Kobe for 5 years. For 5 years, I've shown you. All right. And look, this was PSG's 54th game. Their coach is 54 years old. Kobe being Bryant equals 54 in gematria. Gianna Bryant equals 54. Jesuit order equals 54. Kobe and Gianna died a span of 5 months and 4 days after Kobe's last birthday alive. Right? But the reason I've connected PSG with Kobe is because of this. 23rd of August 2020, PSG got to the final where they lost to Bayern. Kingsley Coman. Right? And remember now PSG are going to be playing in the final in Bayern Munich Stadium. And this game was played on Kobe Bryant's 42nd birthday. Kobe's birthday is the 23rd of August. Right? So this game here was the year that he died, and it was his 42nd birthday. Now in gematria, war equals 42. World War equals 42. The beast of Revelation reigns for 42 months. Albert Pike predicted 3 world wars. He died on 4-2. Right? Messi won the recent World Cup 4-2 in a shootout. What was his club team when he went to Qatar? It was Paris Saint-Germain. Right? Now, 23-8 was the last time that PSG got to the Champions League final, where they came up short. Today leaves 238 days left in the year. So the last time PSG got to the Champions League final was on 23-8, the 23rd of August. Champions League final was played late because of COVID. Right? And now they make it back to the Champions League final with 238 days left in the year. So we'll say that again. 127th day of the year. Paris Saint-Germain are now on 127 points in all competitions. The last time they made it to the Champions League final was the 23rd of August, 23-8. And now they make it back to the Champions League final with 238 days left in the year. And the final is going to be played in the home stadium of Bayern Munich, who they lost the Champions League final to on 23-8-2020. But as I showed you here, it finished 3-1 on aggregate. Guys, please hit the like button, please. It was really good yesterday. You shared amazing insights. You hit the like button. You supported me with super chats. It felt great. It felt like it was worth my time showing you this, because I could just leave this for my website. So please continue to do that. Hit the like, share it, share your insights, share your opinions. All right? Ask me questions. Let's not just make this the Adam Edwards, the Illusion show, where he has to work his ass off for everybody. All right? Get involved in the chat. Please. So 3-1 on aggregate. 127th day of the year. PSG get their 127th point in all competitions. Now, 127. Guys, look, you see that? 127 is the 31st prime number. So again, you can't dismiss just the connections. 127th day of the year. I'll just keep showing you it just to be clear. 127th day of the year here. PSG win, advance to 127 points in all competitions. 127 is the 31st prime number. And they progress 3-1. Now remember, I was born on my father's 31st birthday. There's 31 proverbs. But when we go to 9/11, which I've connected this Champions League to, look what buildings came down. Buildings 1, 2, and 7 refer to the main structures within the World Trade Center complex, specifically the North and South Towers, World Trade Center 1 and 2, and 7 World Trade Center. So buildings 1, 2, and 7 came down. Guys, our system is collapsing. Society is collapsing. The economy is collapsing. People's faith is collapsing. I'm writing a book right now about violence. Okay, I'm finding it pretty interesting. I don't know if I'm going to sell it, but I'm just writing it for myself as of now. But the 127s are just astronomical at this point. So how's this being done? I don't know for sure how it's being done, but it's being done. It's being done. So yeah, Italian team, French team, all connects to the Pope, all connects to his death. Let me just check. So, and Kobe as well, right? Kobe Bryant, he won 5 out of 7 NBA finals that he played in. And today, 57 date numerology, 5-7. So Kobe was connected, and PSG knock out Arsenal. They're sponsored by Emirates, an airline. Are PSG sponsored by an airline as well? Remember, Satan's the prince of the air. Yeah, so look, all these top clubs sponsored by airlines, yeah? Like Arsenal, PSG, Real Madrid. Because Satan's the prince of the air. Okay? And here you got Man United, boss. We can be the worst Premier League team with a European title. Yeah, but it's nothing to do with you, mate. It's nothing to do with your coaching. Zero to do with your coaching. I don't really go on Twitter anymore, Holy Spirit, so I don't really know what's going on there. PSG can do the treble. Yep. I don't think they will, from what I see. As of now, I don't think they will. And this Saint Germain, I've been looking into him, where Paris get their name from. And it's pretty interesting. Remember Inter there, Internazionale. All right. I was looking into this guy, Saint Germain, and look how he died in Germany. Okay. And then you have this Germain, who's the Bishop of Paris. All right. The father of the poor. That's what Pope Francis basically pushed about feeding the poor. So it's wild how you can learn all this stuff. So he was French, but he died in Germany. And now you have the French team playing in the Champions League final in Germany. I just find it really interesting. There is no religion higher than truth. Yeah, but the truth is Jesus. Not this theosophy. The truth is Jesus. He's the way, the truth, and the life. Look, he was educated in Italy. Oh my word, maybe the whole thing's about Saint Germain. He's French, he died in Germany, and he was educated in Italy. And we have the French team who are going to be meeting the Italian team in Germany. Saint Germain was an Alsatian Jew. Well, guys, I think there's something going on here. There's something going on with this Saint Germain. I'm going to have to look. He's going to connect. When did he die? Look, he died 227, the 49th prime number. With Revelation, that's a huge number. I always question whether these people existed, but... So I've got to look into PSG and Milan, their records against each other. This is all a show. Odegaard, look. Arsenal's captain. Guys, please smash the like button. I've got 15 minutes. How is Odegaard a captain? Like, I'm a footballer. I know the game inside out. This Odegaard is overrated, all right? And he's not a leader. Odegaard's not a leader. So why is he the captain? His birthday. All right? It's his birthday. No other reason why this guy should be captain. His birthday is the same as the Pope. All right? He's got the same birthday as Pope Francis. Because this guy, honestly, is not a leader. Now, remember yesterday in the stream, somebody left an amazing find where War has the 42, 15, and 39. Look how it's 21 as well. PSG just won 2-1. Just bear that in mind. 42, 15, 39, 21. And PSG, 42, 15, 39, 12. All right, so they have the 42, the 15, and 39, and 12, and 21 is just a flip. It's scandalous. So do you guys have anything else to say? Saint Germain, the character satanic according to what you've studied. Yeah, pretty much. He denied Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior. That for me is Antichrist, to be honest. Anybody agree with me? I believe it's Antichrist to deny Christ and the deity of Christ. So yeah, they honor the truth. They worship the truth, but they're not following it. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. But these type of people, right, who worship intellect and look like alchemy, philosophy, the arts, and they get so wrapped up in that. They think they know the truth. Oh my word, what's this about Prince Charles of Hesse-Kassel? Prince Charles. They think they know the truth, and they're very intelligent, and they'll be very articulate, but they deny the ultimate truth. They never come to the ultimate truth. Look, he spoke Italian and French. It's just, yeah, he'll connect to this. Oh, that's what I wanted to check. So this is when the final is. All right. Because the finals, the 151st day of the year. Oh, I've just caught something. Somebody give me a word. I've got 5 more minutes. Yeah, they worship knowledge, the forbidden fruit. Yeah, ultimately, yeah. You're right. Oh my goodness. Right, watch this. So let's quickly go to Pope Francis. So Pope Francis, told you got the same birthday as Odegaard. He was born in 36. Now, the Champions League final is the 151st day of the year, which is the 36th prime. Now, look how the octal's 227, which is when Germaine died. Saint Germaine died on 227. Now, 36 prime, Francis born in 36. And the Beast of Revelation reigns 3 years and 6 months. And 666 is the 36 triangular number. Mike, thank you very much. Can you code when you think Sir Alex Ferguson will die in order for United to dominate again? Because this biggest sacrifice and who wins the Europa League this season? I think it's at any point. Yeah, I can look into it. I've got all my numbers on Sir Alex, so I can do that for you, bro. I'll do that. He connects to 55. And thank you so much for your support. Remember, his last game he coached, it finished 5-5. He got a brain hemorrhage on May the 5th, 5-5. Satan equals 55. Red Devils equals 55. Maybe next year he goes on 5-5. People won't even acknowledge it. Tom Brady won Super Bowl 55. He was in attendance at Old Trafford when Ronaldo broke the goal-scoring record. So was Fergie. I'd keep an eye on May the 5th of next year. But anyways, watch this. And thank you again. Pope Francis died, didn't he? On the 21st of April. On the Queen's 99th birthday. Did you just see the Warriors? Look at this. I've shown you how the Warriors connect to the Pope and the Queen for 5 years. The Warriors beat the Timberwolves 99-88. And on Queen Elizabeth's 99th birthday, the Pope died at 88. Can I get a woo? I've shown this. Warriors, Wardle, Stephen Curry. All right, look, 99-88. And Pope Francis died at age 88 on Queen Elizabeth's 99th birthday. Golden State playing San Francisco. Papa Francisco. It's just all wicked. The Catholic Church, wolves in sheep's clothing, preaching a false gospel. These guys here, guys, are just being used by the devil. There was yesterday, Germaine Green got 3 3-pointers in a row. This is a guy who's known to be a great defender. He hit 3 threes in a row. 9 points like that. Steph Curry went out injured. Not injured, and I want to show you something here. Look, 13 minutes, 13 points, Revelation 13, all right, about the fall of Mystery Babylon. And they said he's pulled his hamstring. If Steph Curry is back in the next game or two, it's a lie, guys. If you pull your hamstring, it's 6 weeks. If you're almost 40 like Steph Curry, it could be longer. But he went out 13 minutes, 13 points, all connected to Revelation 13. If this guy comes back when he's pulled his hamstring, you have to just be like, what's going on? How do you recover from a pulled hamstring? All right, he took his shot and he hobbled out. Now people are the Warriors going to win? Steph's out. Is he out? Is he going to come back? It's just, I can't deal with it. Did you see yesterday, again, the NBA, the Cavs, minus 100,000 to win it, 99.9% chance to win, and they lost with 1.1 second left from a 3. Boston lost a 20-point lead to the Knicks at home. OKC Thunder lost an 18-point lead at home to the Nuggets. It's not real. Which is why I keep saying you've got to cash out if you can, or just watch what's going on, or take advantage in play. Like yesterday, I said, take the Pacers plus 7.5. I could sense what was going on. They give them a few points and they take a timeout, and you're like, oh, they're still way off. And then they come back out, they get a few more points, they take another timeout. Now, like an 18-point lead's a 12-point lead. You're like, they're going to come back here, or they were going to make it close for energy harvesting, but they won, and it was embarrassing. So yeah, look, these tiers, guys, don't get wrapped up in it. Look, PSG are going to be favourites against Inter Milan. Everybody's going to hammer PSG. All right? And a lot of people took them before the year began. They're going to be all over PSG to win. I don't think they win. Unless, like I said, I'm going to have to go deep. I've got plenty of time. The Parc des Princes. Remember, we wrestle in principalities, spiritual wickedness. And they play at the Parc des Princes. So it might connect to Prince Philip, Prince Charles. Remember, Inter got to the final on the anniversary of Prince Charles being coronated. There's something going on here about Charles with Germaine that I found. Look, there's something about the Prince of Wales here. Charles was also the Prince of Wales, wasn't he? Oh my word, this is going to be a deep dive. And let me just before I go, like, oh yeah, 42 days after Arteta's birthday. PSG got to the final 42 days after Arteta's birthday, and the last time PSG got to the final was Kobe's 42nd birthday. And I showed you with the 127 right before I go. Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta, when were you born? 26th of March, 1982. I noticed both these coaches today were Spanish as well. We had a Spanish player score. There's something going on with Spain. There has been for a while now. Something going on with Spain. So, he was born 1982. Now watch this. How I've connected Arteta to 9/11. Mikel Arteta was born, right, 7,109 days before 9/11. Can you see it? We don't know, Terry, we have no idea if we're going to see another Pope again, but I believe we're living out the end of days. 9/11, 111 days left in the year. Pope Francis died 111th day of the year. The final is going to be I think it's going to be 1 month and 11 days after he died, a span. But look, the 7109 with Arteta. He was born 7,109 days before 9/11. Watch this. 7,109 is the 911th prime number. Mikel Arteta coaches Arsenal. All right. The Emirates Stadium, planes involved with 9/11. Buildings 1, 2, and 7 came down. All right, on 9/11, and then PSG 127 points in all comps. And then look how they stayed on 7 draws, 7 losses in a game where number 7, Saka, scored the last goal. But Flight 77 was involved on 9/11 as well. It crashed 77 minutes after it took off, and it hit the Pentagon, which was 77 feet tall. And it was in Washington, the 77th Meridian West. So look, the Flight 77, it's just all syncs up. And look, they're on 31 points in the Champions League as well. Guys, are you seeing this again? Hey, Sean Boleyn, amazing, much love. Luis Enrique's daughter was sacrificed. Yeah, that is so true. I looked into that. That was when he was at Barcelona, wasn't it? Yeah, I've done a code on that. Spain won the Euros in Germany. Spanish coach wins Champions League. Yeah, you're going to find all sorts of narratives for sure. But I don't know. Look, they can get the 8th loss. Which is that number about a new creation, a new order. So they're on 31 points, 10 wins, big number with Satan. I don't think PSG are going to win as of now. Let me go to Simone Inzaghi again. What time is it? I'm cutting it really fine as usual. I should be resting now, but yeah, I can't believe 127th day of the year. PSG advanced to 127 points. They get their 31st point in the Champions League this season after winning 3-1 on aggregate, and 127 is the 31st prime. So let's go to this particular season and all competitions. He's on 126 losses. He might not lose again this season, Inzaghi. Who have they got left? So is there any more games in Serie A? How many teams playing this? 20. So there's 38 games. All right, so he's got 3 more games here. 3 more games in the league. But if we look at in this Champions League, how many points do Inter have? 33. All right, so Inter have 33 points coming in. PSG have 31. Guys, don't you feel it? It feels a bit obvious that Inter, like, think about this. Tell me if you think this is obvious. So we see this, right? It's the 33rd season. Give me a woo if you can see that, right? It's the 33rd season since it was renamed like the UEFA Champions League. The 33rd. I showed you how Inter, Barcelona, the home leg, the away leg, 3-3 after 90 minutes. I showed you all the other 33s. So it just feels obvious that people are going to go, it's the 33rd season of the Champions League. Inter are going to lose and stay on 33 points in this season's Champions League. That seems too blatant. Now, if they win, 3 draws, 1 loss, 11 wins. 31 is the 11th prime. So them staying on 33 points by losing the final, like, now if they lose it in a shootout, they get the draw. And a shootout is a possibility in Germany with war, a shootout. But Inter can stay on 3 draws, 1 loss in the Champions League as Paris Saint-Germain stay on 31 points. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. It always is. There's still a lot more to factor in. These records are going to change. They're going to change because they've got to play more games in the league. So anyways, yeah, Mbappe left to Real Madrid saying he wanted to win the Champions League. And obviously, if PSG win it, that's going to be all around the media. But I don't think they're going to win it. I just don't. I don't think they're going to win it. I don't think it's going to be a great final either. I think it's going to be similar to this one. I don't think it's going to be a great final, but I could be wrong. The semi-finals were pretty good, weren't they? Especially that Barcelona one with goals. But Kingsley Coman, King, and he's French. He was born in Paris. He played for Paris, and then he went to Bayern Munich and he scored against them. Liverpool beat Man United 7-0 for Daniel's 70 prophetic weeks, from what I coded. And it connected to the Queen, who reigned for 70 years. It all connects. And the Red Devils and the Reds and Donald Trump, the Republican, the Red Party, became the president at age 70. The 70 is a big number. But look, the Champions League final, which we now know is revolved around the Pope, 214 days left in the year. And when did Pope Francis die? 21st of April. It's about the Pope, guys. The final's about the Pope, of course. I couldn't predict his exact death. I said he'd die in 2025. I didn't know the date. And then the 81, Kobe being Bryant, 81, highest scoring game, 81 points in his 666 game. And the Lakers won the 2020 NBA Finals the year Kobe died, and they did it with 81 days left in the year. So let's just see what goes on. It's gonna be interesting. Oh my goodness. Oh my word. I love that. I always include the end date. The final is going to be a span of 126 days after the anniversary of Kobe dying on 126. And the Pope died a span of 126 days after his last birthday alive. And look at this, guys. This connects to the Queen. The Queen's getting involved when you do the spans. The 2025 Champions League final is going to be 1,952 days after Kobe died. 1952, or a span of 1,953. Queen Elizabeth became the Queen in 1952. She was coronated in 1953. Oh my goodness. Yeah, France's dialing code is plus 33. It just seems too obvious for PSG, from my gut. It's probably going to be a big build-up. PSG lost to Bayern Munich, but now they can get retribution in their home stadium. Things like that, they'll build that up. And I'm not going to buy the bait. So yeah, Arsenal lost their 10th match of the season. Enrique reaches the first Champions League final in 10 years. That's interesting. Yeah, this Luis Enrique, he played for Barcelona, didn't he? I can't believe the finals on 21-4. Yeah, there's a lot to factor in. How do you spell his name? Marquinhos? Isn't he? So is he the captain? Captains play a big role. So PSG's cat. Oh wait. Oh my word. Guys, look. Give me a woo right before I go. I've got 2 minutes. PSG's captain, just confirm it with me. I'm almost certain it is. PSG's captain is Marquinhos, the Brazilian. All right? I'm pretty certain he's the captain. He's considered one of the best centre-backs in the world, right? And he was born on May the 14th. May the 14th. On May the 14th, 1948, David Ben-Gurion, the head of the Jewish Agency, proclaimed the establishment of the State of Israel. US President Harry S. Truman recognized the new nation on the same day. So let's do that. 1994 minus 1948. So Marquinhos was born exactly 46 years after Israel declared its independence. And remember, LeBron became 4-6 in NBA Finals the year Kobe died. And didn't JFK die at 46? Yeah, JFK, Catholic, he died at 46. Guys, it's all connecting up now. Catholic equals 46, done it in gematria. So yeah, Marquinhos, interesting birthday. Put it that way. So I'll have to look into this. Who's Inter's captain? Is it Martinez? Is he the captain? Look, yeah, he's got the armband on. I don't know what this celebration is. Is it Skull and Bones? Like, what's he doing? Little demon, this guy. I really do believe it. So his birthday's a day before Kobe's. So he's number 10. Marquinhos is number 5, 105. Jorge Mario Bergoglio is 105. So his birthday is going to be... Should expect him to play a big role if they're going to win it. Oh my word. 9 months and 9 days after his birthday, and Pope died on Elizabeth's 99th birthday. That 222 is massive, man. It's huge. And he's born in the 22nd day of August, and I think he wears 22 for Argentina. Yeah, 22 chapters in Revelation. I've told you guys, there's something just wicked about these people. I don't know if it's just my spiritual discernment. Something very wicked about this player. Like, looking at him makes me feel uneasy. And I know it sounds really dramatic, but this guy makes me feel uneasy. It's one of the reasons why I can't watch sports. Like, I can sense the demon within them. Again, who they're pointing to? Who is it that they point to? People go, oh no, he's just pointing to his teammate. Look, he's doing the Baphomet there. You see it? He's got a finger down and a finger up. Now here, he's not pointing to his teammates. Oh, he's just pointing to the teammates. What is his teammates just chilling in the sky? But yeah, somewhat wicked about this guy. I have a feeling he's going to play a big... He won the World Cup. He wins a lot of trophies, this guy, in recent years. There's something going on with him. Something going on with this guy. And this here, that's just like... That is love of self, innit, when you're holding up your shirt. Stuff like this. It hurts my soul now. I used to do this stuff when I'd score. It's embarrassing. But like we know who you are, mate, and you're scoring the goals because you've given yourself over to Satan. This is mocking Jesus that they do on the cross. They all do it, the highest level. And they get worship. They're taking in the worship. They know they are. Anyways, let's see what goes down here. Some big fines as well. Yeah, there's a lot of sacrifice that goes on with these celebrities. Genuine. Because in the Bible, they sacrifice to false gods. And the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. People sacrifice to false gods. And they get rewarded with fame and fortune and wealth and influence. But it's to the detriment of the soul. You can tell Rashford doesn't care about life. He's so satanic. Yep. Another one who bleached his hair blonde, just like Yamal. Somebody was messaging me today saying, you can't say what you say about Yamal. All right, he's just a 17-year-old. All right, leave him alone. It's like, no. Satan's the god of this world. That Yamal is walking around with his pants down, all right, with his speaker blaring, with his bleached blonde hair, all right, putting up his satanic signs. And kids are inspired by him. I'm going to call that out. Little skinny Yamal, 17, yet he just dominates. It's not real. There's some sort of magic involved when it comes to it. There's some sort of deal that's being made. He should be getting thrown off the ball. That's the reality. But he doesn't. And he's got this cocky attitude like he knows, I've made a deal. What are you going to do? It's like the players know it as well. There's certain players that I can feel like they fear them. That Rafinha, I see the way players are around Rafinha. They're really, he's tiny. Rafinha's like my build. But that when he's around them, they're like, oh, look, watch when a player's around Rafinha. They're all intimidated by him. Because he's probably into witchcraft and all sorts of stuff. They fear the demon within him, not him. Yamal's 19, not 17. Yeah, again, and he's Moroccan, isn't he? And have you seen Yamal's dad? There's something weird about his dad. His dad behaves like he's 10 years old. Have you seen Yamal's dad? And the whole thing with Messi and Yamal and the baptism and the water and baptized by the goat, it's just something's off. All right, something's off. Guys, you don't get to where they are. I think Inter win the Champions League. Year of the snake. They have all the snake connections. I think Inter, as of now, are going to win it. Did I say Inter before the season? Absolutely not. Did anybody? Probably not. But you just got to see each day what's going on. And the Pope died, and I think that benefits Inter. I don't think that's good for the Society of Jesus, the Pope dying, where they were founded in Paris. Yeah, exactly. It's Satan playing with the public. And I just expose it. I don't enjoy watching it. I'm not a fan. You're not going to see me in the stadium. You're not going to see me streaming. I don't watch. The reason I know so much about it is because my whole life I did. Arteta, we have been the best team in this competition. You haven't. You're out. Can somebody give me a woo? I don't agree with that. We was the best team in the competition. Well, why did you go out in the semi-final then? And it's arrogant as well. Say that after you've won it. After you've won it, we were the best team. We won it. Straight up. So Arteta, you wasn't the best team. All right? You didn't take your chances against PSG. First leg, you got well beaten as a spectacle from everything I read. PSG were better. So what are you talking about? We were. It don't mean anything. We were the best team in the Champions League. Oh, were you? Well, why didn't you win it then? It's just so delusional. And remember that Arteta played for Paris Saint-Germain. He played for PSG. It's just, guys, please hit the like. There's 53 watching. There's 30 likes. I've got to go in a minute. So he played for PSG. He played for Barcelona. He played for Arsenal. 3 of the last 4 teams left in the competition. He didn't have any connection with Inter, but he connected with 3 of the 4 teams left. Luis Enrique played for Barca. He coached for Barca. He coaches for Paris Saint-Germain. But he's never coached in England, as far as I'm aware. And that's Simone Inzaghi. That has to be a female. Simone Inzaghi, his body language, his aura. Guys, this world is so fallen. I need you all to see that. The world is fallen. It's wicked. It's broken. It is demonic. Satan's the god of this age, god of this world. He influences people. He misleads people. I expose him, and people don't like me for doing that because they love the darkness more than they love the light. What about Hakimi? Is also Moroccan. Morocco's flag's the pentagram, which is witchcraft. Their flag is the pentagram. And they have the colours of the 4 horsemen, the Morocco. Remember, they did well in the recent World Cup. That was all biblical. But yeah, Hakimi, he scored, didn't he? 72 minutes, 66 plus 6 is 72. 72 goetic demons. That's why Francis became the Pope the 72nd day of 2013. No one was allowed to touch Wayne Gretzky in hockey. Clearly, the stars are protected. Industry plans. There's some form of protection. I just question why certain players are dominant. Why Jokic? The guy can't run. Why is Jokic the most dominant player in the league? Why did he get 42 points the other day? The guy can barely move. So why are certain players protected? I still don't know that. I know there's levels to everything in life. I know there's levels when it comes to secret societies and magic. There's hierarchy in everything in life, it seems. But I just love to know what these people do to get to where they are. They always say it's written in the stars for these celebrities as well. So it's like, what does that even mean? Illusion, why did Mason Greenwood, where is it? Why did Mason Greenwood get humiliated and what's going to be his reward? He might not get a reward. It's not always as simple as they get humiliated and get a reward. His reward is perhaps that he's still got a professional career with what happened to him. Mason Greenwood, again, I've written about him in my book. It's all revelation with Mason Greenwood. And he connects to the Queen when you look at all of his jersey numbers that he's had. I've done a video on Greenwood, multiple ones. You'll have to watch them. I don't know if there's going to be a reward. My brother Watchman's here. We know we're getting a reward in heaven. Watchman, I've got to go in a few minutes. I've got to coach 3 classes in 35-degree heat. But by the 3rd class, it cools down. Does the aggregate of Inter and Barca link to the Pope's death or 13 royal families? Yeah, the Pope became the Pope at 76. So you had the 7-6 aggregate with Inter and Barcelona. So yeah, how many goals were in total in the semi-finals? You had 13 with Barca and Inter, and then 4. So yeah, 17. 17 goals in the semi-finals. Revelation 17, fall of Mystery Babylon. So yeah. Guys, I want to lead you away. I messaged my best friend today and I showed him videos of Bradford City fans celebrating their promotion and Leeds United fans celebrating the promotion. I'm from Yorkshire. So I was born like 5 minutes away from Bradford City Stadium. I used to play for Bradford City, their academy. So I saw them all celebrating and jumping up and down and crying and drinking alcohol and screaming like they loved the players. And I'm like, that's a big thing I want to lead you all away from. It's not, okay, come on my website, let's make a load of money and get rich like most people trying to do this. It's like, I don't want you involved with the idolatry of it. Like the Watchman, he makes movies, he watches movies, but you're not going to see him go to a premiere. You're not going to see him when the celebrity's on the red carpet. I love you, trying to get a photo with them. But he can still watch the movie and he can study the movie and he can break down the movie and he can relate the movie to the Bible. And that's what I do with the sports. I'm not even saying don't watch them. I just don't. But just don't worship them. Don't let the outcome affect your day negatively. Because it's pretty much an illusion, professional sports. So focus on what matters, which is your salvation, the Word of God. All right? And if you want to watch sports, just make it like something you occasionally do and you don't get wrapped up in it. So I'm going to have to go now. Kanye and all of that, I think that they're in chains to the devil and they need Jesus. Controlled up, another term for children of disobedience. The serpent seed. It tells you in the Bible, there's the children of God and the children of the devil. So somebody like Kanye is a child of the devil, I believe. You could see that judging by his fruits, the lies that he constantly tells, that he gives him life to Christ, then he doesn't, and just confusing people. People like to trust in liars. They want to trust what Trump says, what Kanye West says, what Russell Brand says. They want to trust in like proven liars who've consistently lied. They place their trust in them. The media constantly lies. Let's place our trust in the media. People don't learn, do they? They don't learn. They don't learn. Yeah, the names, there's definitely a lot of stage names. My brother Watchman's working on a video as we speak. Yep, season 4, episode 4, sorry. It's going to be incredible. I can't wait. I definitely have to go. Yeah, cheers to you all. I've shown you why it's PSG and Champions League final. Pretty much, you can't argue with the information that I've shown you. It's up to you what you do with it. That's the reality. Do as you wish with the information. Take care, guys. Mike, again, thank you for your support with the super chat. I appreciate it. I'll look into Fergie for you. I just don't often like predicting the date that somebody's going to die. I've done it a few times, got it right, and it never feels good. They don't feel good. But I will say that we're all going to die, and we're all going to be judged. And in heaven, we ain't going to care who's won the Champions League. Take care, guys. Thank you. God bless you. God wins.